All right, so imagine this. Let's say one day you're just scrolling through your phone, whether it be TikTok, Instagram, whatever, and you come across a video that you never thought you would see in your entire lifetime. Something like Peter Griffin versus Yuji Itadori.
Black flash! Second! Is that all you got, kid? And that's how it's done.
Then afterwards, you just keep scrolling and scrolling until you see another video you just didn't think would ever exist. SpongeBob doing whatever this is.
Man, Nickelodeon, they need to run me my money. If it wasn't for me when Mr. Dan the Feet Man got pinched, they would have went under. Am I fired?
And so you wonder to yourself, who's taking the time out to really make this stuff? Well, what if I told you that no one was really making anything that you were looking at? No studio, no group, technically not even a person. Both videos that you just saw were examples of written prompts created with the latest AI tool, SORA 2, an artificial intelligence prompt to video generation model created by OpenAI, which is the same people that made ChatGPT. And while these videos can be funny or cool, or this, that, and the other, it also has the potential to do the most damage to not only the industry of illustration and animation, but it can go even further by damaging and defaming popular figures in culture and human history. On September 30th, 2025, OpenAI launched their second video generation model, SORA 2, offering better physics, sharper realism, and even creates its own sound effects and music.
Somebody stop that guy! Police, hold it right there!
From Disney and Pixar.
I see the good in you. You don't gotta be a YN anymore.
You don't have to be this way. There's always another option. Let me show you.
I'm real proud of you, kid.
Quarter zip, coming soon.
Now, according to sources like CNET, Tech Radar, Launch Consulting, the whole point of SORA 2 was to be a simple text to video AI model, which allows users to create any video of any kind just by texting a robot. It was made with the intention of making it easier for filmmakers, marketers, and digital artists to do their jobs. Again, this was the original plan, but once the public got a hold of it, numerous users' For You pages were flooded with AI content, the most random videos imaginable. And these videos can range from Goku getting pulled over.
Evening. You know why I pulled you over? Hold on, are you Goku?
Hi. Yeah, sorry. I was just looking for someplace to eat. Did I do something wrong?
Well, for starters, you're going 50 and a 30. Hands off the wheel. Step out of the vehicle for me. I'm on foot.
To even stuff people don't know how to feel about, like Kobe Bryant cussing out a kid.
Kobe, I love you, but you can't dunk for shit.
Yourself, you ass dork!
Yeah, we can get back to that later, but first I want to talk about how this impacts artists right now. A while back, I had the opportunity to interview another illustrator and animator at Morgan State University. Christopher Stevens, known by his online alias Senjuko, told me about how he felt about SORA 2 and where it can lead artists in the future. Recently, a text-to-video AI model, SORA 2, was released to the public. And there were examples of, like, you know, the Dragon Ball fights, the anime fights and stuff. I thought it was cool, but it led to me, like, wanting to ask this question: how does this make you feel as both a creator and a viewer?
As a viewer,
Yeah.
it's stunning to see how technology has grown since 2022. When going to pixelated, now we have full-on scenes, fight, action, animation, stuff like that. From an artist perspective, I hope people use it more so as a tool rather than to just push out stuff that isn't completely original. Because most AI is just gathered data and then pushed out in a randomized format.
Now, I want to take a moment to really focus on this last bit, because this is what a lot of the general audience doesn't know about. You watch these videos and you really wonder to yourself, how is AI able to create fast-paced action stuff like this almost to perfection? Almost. But what's really happening is SORA 2 has been trained to analyze existing characters, styles, and movements, and simply copies it. What looks like a fan-made animation is ultimately just a digital remix of what was already created. AI can't create original work, it just mimics it. It's similar to how ChatGPT can't really create an original story, but rather it pulls elements from original stories that already existed. Now let's continue with the conversation with Senjuko.
The best way I look at SORA 2 is Pandora's box, man. We at 96% open. As soon as it's open, you can't close it. I heard they using they're using SORA 2 for a whole bunch of other stuff. They AI in people's faces. They taking large creators, making them say things they wouldn't normally say. So,
all right, we can pause here. So remember when I mentioned how people were making AI Kobe Bryant videos and how these videos could potentially damage legacies of real people? Well, with SORA 2 being a public program for any and everyone to use it, people have taken things even further by taking real people's likeness and placing them in scenarios which can range from funny to defaming and hurtful to their families and reputation. And again, this can range from people like Jake Paul, Taylor Swift, to even those that are already dead and gone like Tupac, Michael Jackson, and Martin Luther King.
Brothers and sisters, I no longer have a dream, I have a nightmare. We're all gonna die.
You still have to pay for the slushie.
My sister, I have a dream that one day this slushie will be free for all who thirst.
Sir, hey!
And while there are those who speak out about their likeness being used without consent and pleading social media to stop using them or their family members in their videos, there are others who play into the hype and roll along with it for virality.
Announcement in 3, 2, 1. I'm gay. I hope every here supports me. I'm the Tooth Fairy. I'm geeked. I've had it with the AI stuff. It's affecting my relationships, businesses. People are hitting me up saying, yo, did you say this? What did you do this for? It's really affecting things. And honestly, it's like people need to get a life. So it's kind of pissing me off. I'm going to be suing everybody that is continuing to spread these false narratives of me doing shit that I would literally never, ever do.
So let's really try to figure out why this happens. It's not like people aren't aware of the effects that these videos can have on others, but it's actually a pretty simple answer. For a lot of people who use SORA 2, it's easy to create their own quick, easy bake fantasies to go viral, knowing the controversy and absurdity of using AI alone will bring in plenty of views. And the crazy part is, it works. A lot of these AI videos that you find on TikTok or Instagram, they garner between hundreds of thousands to even as far as millions of views. Whether they're really considering the type of videos they're putting out into the world or not, views plus engagement equal profit, regardless of how you feel morally or ethically. But now that some time has passed, there are companies and entire regions that are starting to put restrictions and boundaries on SORA 2 and what it's able to do. Specifically over in Japan, where in mid-October of this year, 2025, they had put OpenAI and SORA 2 in copyright hell, as stated by Robert Hart. He's a journalist for TheVerge.com. Even Minoru Kiuichi, a Japanese politician and former Ministry of Foreign Affairs, will even discuss how Japanese art forms like manga, anime, those are considered irreplaceable treasures, and that the Cabinet Office had formally requested OpenAI to stop infringing behavior. Okay, now let's be honest with ourselves for a second. With having said everything that has been said, and as much as people would like to see something like AI creativity and entertainment be a thing of the past, a fad that passes by like every other trend, realistically, AI has been pushed heavily by not just OpenAI itself, but corporations like Disney. Coca-Cola recently made their Christmas commercials with AI. The point is, there's a lot of potential for AI entertainment to become the new norm. But there are ways that we can prepare for future issues when it comes to defamation and theft of artists' work. First things first, data disclosure. Companies must disclose what data is used to train their AI models. Artist permission. Companies must request permission from artists, celebrities, animation studios, and creators when using or referencing their likeness or styles. Which leads to my third solution, royalty fees. Any and all references and or usage of likeness or work by artists, celebrities, animation studios, creators, etc., must be compensated. If that's not possible, then companies need to at least demonetize AI content, SORA 2, and other AI text-to-prompt programs. And finally, number 4, watermarking. Social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, etc., they must require labels on AI content to differentiate it to the general audience. These are just a few solutions to ensure that not only real art and authenticity is safe from plagiarism, but it can also ensure that those who still wish to use these AI models are still able to. In conclusion, I wanted to show a clip of an interview had with the chair and educator for the Department of Multimedia Journalism, Benjamin Davis, where he talks about how tools like ChatGPT can be used by students to not do the work for them, but to help outline their essays, reports, and other tasks.
You have the student essay on one topic, you have ChatGPT essay on the very same topic. You try to come up with a third essay, which is the student's new essay with ideas and assistance from ChatGPT.
Artificial intelligence is a powerful tool which will only grow and evolve as time goes on. But it should never get to a point where people feel that they'll be replaced. If AI is here to stay, then boundaries need to be made to ensure that real art is still front and center. Do you think there's a way for artists in the future where they could use these AI tools without losing the core aspects of being an illustrator?
I do think that there's a way for artists to stay relevant. I feel more it's like adaptation. Artists have been progressively getting stuff that's supposed to precede something else. So we had painters, and then we had easels, then we had stencils, then we had tracing. As long as artists keep pushing out stuff and adapting to what's coming out, I don't think they'll die off per se, but I feel like they'll use AI more as a tool than to actually create art.